back to this channel where we spread love and positive vibes. Thank you so much to the new subscribers and the returning subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much. You don't know how much, guys. I really appreciate. And today we are going to talk about something that I have noted here in Kenya, in Africa, and we're going to hear people actually confessing their obsession with Jamaica. So many people are obsessed with Jamaica. And before I actually show you how people are obsessed with Jamaica, let me start by highlighting most of the African people thought that Jamaica was in Africa, because Jamaica was so popular as we were growing up. By the way, guys, I didn't know any other country in the Caribbean, but I knew Jamaica. And this is the confession I have had with so many people. Many people knew about Jamaica because of the reggae music, because of Bob Marley, the Rastafarian movement, but they didn't know the other countries in the Caribbean. And therefore, most of us thought that Jamaica is in Africa. And actually, I saw someone saying that he thought Jamaica was the capital city of Ethiopia. I think because of the Rastafarian relationship with Ethiopia. And therefore, as we grew up, we learned about a country called Jamaica, but we did not know specifically where it is. And to some people, they actually confessed that when they learned that Jamaica was not in Africa, it was heartbreaking. It was sad. Why? Because most of us have come to embrace Jamaica as part of us. And maybe the blood in us runs in the veins of the Jamaican people, and therefore we were frustrated to hear that Jamaica is not part of us. Because to us, as we were growing up, we thought Jamaica was part of Africa. Jamaicans are Africans just like us, and they are very close people to us. So to be told that Jamaica is very far away in the Caribbean Sea, it was a frustration to most of us as we were growing up. And therefore, people grew fond of Jamaica, loved Jamaica, fell in love with Jamaica at very early age as we were growing up. Now, there is this Ugandan girl who actually said the Ugandan people are obsessed with Jamaica. They have even decided to learn the Jamaican patois. They greet each other wagwan, and they use some of the phrases that are used in Jamaica. They are actually so obsessed with Jamaica, such that when someone learns patois in Uganda, it's like it is an achievement. Maybe we can listen to her and then I can come back.
And I'm convinced that every country has at least one other country that they're obsessed with. Have you ever watched how Americans fold when they hear a British man speak with an accent? After that beans on toast scandal, I don't know about now, but let me tell you about my home countries. I'm convinced that when Ugandan boys hit puberty, they get a Jamaican accent as bonus. Buy two, get one for free type of thing. Cannot even explain to you how their voices be cracking in broken patois better than the English they're forced to speak at school. Everywhere you go, people be greeting, wagwan me brother. You don't even know a single Jamaican person. Mind you, you've never taken 5 feet past your village. How do you know that? At this point, it is a status symbol. If you can speak Jamaican patois, it's like you've unlocked a different dimension of life. If they know even a single Jamaican person, oh my gosh, it is so bad. I can't explain to you how I was shocked, floored, when I found out Jamaica is not part of Africa. Surprisingly, we don't even have a big population of Jamaicans now. Growing up, I knew maybe one and a half because one was definitely Jamaican and the other one questionably Jamaican. I mean, just covered in Jamaican flag and had long dreads. Anyways, what's the country that your country is obsessed with? Or at least you think?
Guys, have you heard about this lady, what she's talking about? That knowing Patwa in Uganda is like, it is a great achievement. And by the way, the other day, there is a Jamaican musician that actually went to Uganda and he was received so well, and the people of Uganda were so happy to see him testing the Ugandan food. The Ugandans felt that the Jamaican artist is part of them. He's their brother. He's their African who has come back. Just like I started by saying, we felt Jamaicans were part of us, they were Africans like us, and we embraced them at a very early age. So you can see that this girl is so serious about how the youth in Uganda are obsessed with the people of Jamaica. And I want to say, she's not the only one. There are so many people that are obsessed with Jamaica, even here in Kenya. There are so many young people that practice speaking Patois, that want to speak Patois, that actually tries to speak and talk about Wagwan. I know a specific radio station here in Kenya called the what? The Ghetto TV. Somebody is reminding me. The Ghetto TV. The Ghetto TV purely speaks the Patois, part of Patois language, and they actually greet each other, Wagwan, and all the greetings that we hear in Jamaica, and the great phrases that are spoken in Jamaica. That is how people are obsessed with the Jamaican as a country and even the Jamaican people. Now let us listen to this girl. She was talking about that when she was growing up, she used to hate Jamaica. But currently, she cannot resist going back to Jamaica from now and then. She loves going to Jamaica. She loves being there in Jamaica. You can see how people can be obsessed with a country. So let us listen to her, then I'll come back.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you do not experience Jamaica properly until you go as an adult and you have your own money. Reason why I say that is because when I was younger, I was going back to Jamaica from young, and I used to really dislike it, really dislike it. But now, as a big man, I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And I feel like it's because as an adult you appreciate the island more, like you take it in more. You actually deep, oh my gosh, this is home, this is beautiful. Why am I not here 24s? And I feel like the reason for that is because as an adult you actually appreciate the island more. You actually take in the beauty a lot more. And I'm like, why am I not here 24/7? And don't get me wrong, like I love staying at the resorts and stuff, but I prefer staying at my family home. And I come from Spanish Town, yeah. Spanish Town people them. But I love Jamaica and I love seeing the realness of it. Is it just me?
Now, can you see how excited this woman is as she's talking about Jamaica? Her face is lighten up, because when you love something or when you love a country, your face light up as you talk about that country. So we can see how this lady is talking about Jamaica and the way she has felt in love with Jamaica and the way she feels like going to Jamaica now and then. And she's not the only one. There are so many people that desire to go to Jamaica once in their lifetime. I remember there is an interview I did in my hometown, and most of the young people actually were declaring their desire to go to Jamaica, their desire to visit Jamaica, their desire to actually step on Jamaican soil. That is how much people are obsessed with the Jamaican people. Now we are going to experience yet another person who really loves Jamaica and actually admires Jamaica and is obsessed with Jamaica. So to this lady, she thought that Jamaica was in Africa, and as the father was narrating to her about Jamaica, she thought that Jamaica is in Africa. Later, she realized that Jamaica was not in Africa, and actually when you look at the video, you will see so many people commenting their frustration to learn that Jamaica is not in Africa. People were so frustrated because to some people, Jamaica is an African country and they are part of us. So you can see how people can be obsessed with Jamaica. Let me read some of the comments in this video. People expressing their frustration that Jamaica is not in Africa. There is this one who is called Jose. Jose is saying, me too, until my dad told me Jamaica is in Caribbean and Caribbean is outside of Africa, and my heart was broken. She was so frustrated to learn that Jamaica is not in Africa, and the father told her Jamaica is in the Caribbeans and the Caribbeans are not in Africa. Then this one says, I thought it was the capital of Ethiopia. This is Congo Otieno. This is actually a Kenyan. That he thought Jamaica was the capital of Ethiopia. So people thought that Jamaica was in Africa, and it was very frustrating to learn that Jamaica is not in Africa. Let us see others. This one is Jerome. Jerome says, I thought Jamaica was next to Botswana. That she thought Jamaica was next to Botswana because all of us would have desired Jamaica to be in Africa, Jamaica to be very near to us, Jamaica to be in a place where we can go. Every time we are missing Jamaica, we just enter a bus and we go. Then we had let me look for another one. This guy says, and this one is Mabote, says, Sammy, with me it was Peter Tosh. The guy looked like he was from Huhudi. I don't know where Huhudi is. I didn't even bother asking. So to him, Peter Tosh was from Huhudi. And then so there are so many people who thought that Jamaica was in Africa, and they desired that Jamaica was in Africa because of the love people have on Jamaica. So let us listen to this ready, and then I'll come back.
So I think it's safe to say that there are a few Africans growing up who genuinely thought that Jamaica was in Africa. And I am guilty. I am one of those people who genuinely thought Jamaica was an African country. And I remember growing up, my dad used to play Bob Marley so much. And on top of that, the vinyl, we used to call it LPs, the cover was clearly a black African man. So it didn't make sense that if anyone had to tell me, no, this man is not in Africa or from Africa, you know, he's obviously African, but that Jamaica's not in Africa. It made no sense. But I know better now, guys. I'm grown up, but I do know something. So there's this other African country, and they do not consider themselves black. I don't even know if they think they're African. It's a blue flag, and no, it's not Botswana. But maybe if we can like swap them with the Caribbean. Just a thought. Use it, don't use it.
You have heard her, and she's actually expressing her mind when she always thought that Jamaica was in Africa, just to be told that Jamaica is not in Africa. It was actually frustrating to most of us to learn that Jamaica is not in Africa. And I may ask, why do people love and obsess with Jamaica? First of all, I want to actually talk about myself because I am obsessed with Jamaica and Jamaican people. One of the reasons why people get obsessed with Jamaica is the love that Jamaicans have for people. Jamaicans can go to any length to defend the African people. And that love has pulled most of the African people to actually appreciate and love Jamaican people and get obsessed in them. We have learned a lot about the Jamaican people and the way they adore Africans, and they would want to come to Africa at one time in their lifetime. And therefore, many people get obsessed, especially in Africa, with Jamaica because of the love the people have towards us. Number two, the culture. Jamaican culture is a very rich culture that is admired all over the world. The music culture, their food, and everything to do with the Jamaican people. We have this gentleman that talks about Jamaican culture and says that that is why most of the people are actually so much in love with the people of Jamaica. Maybe you can listen to him, then I'll come back.
Jamaicans and like reggae and that influenced the whole world. Personally, like I think a lot of culture that has come from over there. You get me?
That's
like even the way the man them dress and that, from like in Bridge, everyone's loud, like super loud. Like, you get me? That's a yard man thing.
Guys, one of the things that make Jamaicans to shine and be popular and be so influential is their culture. And one thing I know is that Jamaicans hold dear to their culture and they really embrace their culture. And this has pulled so many people to admire them, so many people to love them, so many people to be obsessed with the people of Jamaica. To the young people, I have talked about the young Ugandan people, and actually here in Kenya, to the young people, they see Jamaica as a revolution of music. We have had so many artists that come from Jamaica, and the young people relate with them and associate themselves with the artists from Jamaica. And therefore they embrace Jamaica, they love Jamaica, they obsess with Jamaica because of the music culture that they have had over the years. So culture has contributed a lot to people obsessing with Jamaica, loving Jamaica, and embracing Jamaica. So we can see that even this man actually declares that people love Jamaican culture, people love the people of Jamaica and their culture, and therefore they adore them because of that. We come to another person who actually also talks about why people obsess and love Jamaicans. This young woman, I tend to think she's a Jamaican, and she's talking about going to Abu Dhabi, and she found a Jack festival there. And it was so mind-blowing to actually see Jamaican culture practiced in Abu Dhabi, and this was so epic to her. Maybe you can listen to her, then I'll come back and conclude the video.
Jamaica is honestly a brand. Like, I went to a jerk festival in Abu Dhabi. Do you know how far Abu Dhabi is from Jamaica? A jerk festival, steel pan, jerk chicken, corn on the cob, all of the things that you get, all of the authentic flavors travel that far. I've traveled to some countries and I have been shocked that there is a Jamaican restaurant. Like, damn. Most countries I go to, they know Jamaica. They might not know exactly where it is, but they know Jamaica. They know our culture. They know our music. They know what we stand for. And also just traveling and going there and experiencing it for yourself also makes you constantly want to go back, because I know so much people that have traveled there like one time and gone back 500 times. And not many other countries can do that. That is retention.
So guys, you can see the obsession people have on Jamaica all over the world. From the north to the south to the east to the west, people are obsessed the people of Jamaica because of some of the reasons that I have stated here and some reasons that I have not stated. Actually, most of the people associate the Caribbean people to be from Jamaica. In other words, people don't know most of the countries in the Caribbean. They only know Jamaica and they think all the Caribbean people are actually from Jamaica. That is mind-blowing to actually think of that. So Jamaica has actually caught people and they are obsessed with its people, its culture, its food, its music. Everything about Jamaica is a magnet that pulls people. Guys, let me stop there. See you during the next video. Bye-bye and God bless.